So today I'm going to have another look at this Commander NV400 in it's the 4 to 52 by 50 and night vision scope, and I'll take it in the indoor range with the lights off and be able to see how this thing works in the dark and some of the features it has that are pretty cool. So anyway, let's get started. So this is what it looks like in the daylight mode. I'm indoors at our indoor range, and this is what it looks like in daylight mode. And I don't have the extra cover on it, so because it's not that light in here. So, but as you can see on the sides there, you can barely see them because of the backdrop there. But there's an angle indicator and a up and down indicator of the angle of your rifle. So those are kind of cool. So they keep you squared up and level, and then you've got the crosshairs there. So okay, so now we're in night mode, and I have a target set up down there, and you can see the tilt and the up and down, and also the side to side, whether or not you're canted better on the sides there. And I am going to, let's see, I think I'm just going to try and take a couple shots and see where it's hitting, and then maybe do some adjustment of the crosshairs. Okay, so I'm on the shot zeroing part of the program in there, and so you can see the white crosshairs are right there. You can see in the dark. Okay, so what I did is just short press till you get the direction you want to go, and then you leave the white crosshairs where you were aiming, and you dial the red crosshairs down to where your bullet hit. And that's so that's what I did. And I will take another, let me see here. Let me get this set up here. Okay, so I've got my reticle adjusted. So I took 2 shots down there just to make sure, because the first one it didn't work, or I didn't do it right, so of course. But I'm going to take another shot. And we'll go down and have a look and see where it adjusted. So this is all kind of a pretty big learning curve for me. Never messed with one of these before. So, and I'm just shooting off a tripod, so this might not be the perfect shooting. Plus it's in my AR with the CMMG conversion kit. But so my first 2 shots were down here. I made the adjustment with the system in the screen there for realigning your reticle. And so I just, looks like I need to come up a little more, but part of that could be me. So, but you can see it does work. And I'm going to do it again and raise it up another 1.5 inches if I can. Or I might just take another shot and see where it hits. So let's go do that. All right, so let's try to get this thing centered up as good as we can. My camera focus. All right, there's another shot. And we'll go down and see where that one hit. So I didn't make any adjustments. I just tried to get a little more centered on my shot, and it looks like it was actually pretty good. So there it is right there. So we made our adjustment from down here to up here, and that thing works actually pretty good as far as getting your reticle zeroed. So awesome. So I went back and did some more shooting without having to try to hold the phone in the thing, so so I could record. So this is adjusted pretty well, and that's where she grouped, and so that's not too bad. I'm shooting American Eagle hollow points through a conversion kit on my AR, and Of course, they're not known to be that accurate, but I'm only at 17 yards here. So anyway, and it does have a rangefinder too, which I did notice said 17 yards. So that's another thing. You can scroll down through that menu, which I'll have a look at that in the book with you and go into that a little more detail that way. So there we go. So this is what it looks like with the IR illuminator on. And you can still see everything pretty good. It's pretty dark in here, but and that's with it off, and it kind of has some flashing and whatnot there. So I don't know what that is, but anyway, without and with. So there you go. So that the flashing is the rangefinder, and it does say, you can see 19.2. It was 17.1. I don't know what that changed, or if I'm just not seeing it. 19.2 it says, but maybe that's because it's on black. Yeah, it says 17.1 on the target, on the white target. So yeah, that's pretty darn close. So anyway, that's how the rangefinder works. You just go into, there's on that screen the range finding, and it does work. So there we go. Okay guys, well that was how the One Leaf Commander NV400, and it's a 4-52 by 50. So we haven't really stretched this thing out outdoors or anything, but gives you an idea how it works, how everything looks on it. As in the other video, this part right here is the rangefinder and the IR illuminator. This is where the battery and your USB plug-ins can be, and this is the menu right here that you got to hit to get your controls, and you hit this button right here to save it, and this is your night vision if you want to switching to that. So it goes from daytime to starry to actually nighttime black. So but it all worked good. Had my CMMG conversion kit in there, and it worked pretty darn good. So yeah, I was pleasantly surprised with how this thing works. Hopefully you guys will take a look at it. They sell them on Amazon, and I think they're around $600 or something like that. But anyway, let's have a look and see how this thing did finally get adjusted and shot. So we'll have a look at my targets, and also we'll go through the book a little bit to give you a better idea of just what it looks like not through my phone. So okay, so this was how the shooting went. First shots were, this was my first shot, my second shot, and that's just me being wobbly on the tripod. But and then I made that adjustment with the crosshairs, and it shot here. Made a little more adjustment, and it settled in right here with a few shots. So then I did take one more shot up here, and it was hard for me to see this part of it through that, but I could faintly see it and the night vision. But I had an idea I knew where it was, so I shot, and it was adjusted pretty well. So let's have a look at the book and how this thing actually, what you can see in there. So this is I believe this is your videoing when you're recording, and these are all of the things that you see. Wait, my hands got dirty from that 22 stuff. But this is your cant right here, and over here is your up and down, your tilt. So and those give you an idea to make sure that you're squared up good, and also would give you a percentage of what your tilt would be if you had to make a long shot to adjust your hold. So but this, I'll tell you, this thing works pretty good. It's fairly simple because I'm I'm not very tech savvy, but I was able to make it work. So if I can do it, anybody can do it. But and these are the crosshairs. You can get different crosshairs too. There's in the menu. There's a bunch of different of them too. So let me switch to the menu. So this is what you'll see when your settings, when you're readjusting your shot zero. You'll click down with that little dial that I showed you, and you'll just run down the menu and you hit shot zero. Then it brings up those two crosshairs that we were talking about, and you just leave the white crosshairs where you, on your center, where your bullseye, where you want to hit, and you move your crosshairs down to the shot hole, and then you hit. Then there's a button you hit for save. So and then you're basically good to go. So fairly simple. It's between you can have first focal plane or second focal plane, reticle color. And it also, your range finding part of it is in the menu too. So and that actually did work pretty good. It said 17.1, and 50 feet is just a little under 17, so it's close. So anyway, I guess that's what I got for you today. The NV400, Commander NV400, right there. You can see that. There we go. And it's a pretty neat unit. It's fairly inexpensive. Well, they've come a long way with this stuff though, and it seems to be getting smaller. But for an entry-level one, this is pretty decent. So, not thermal. It's just night vision and day vision. So, but that's what we got today. So, we'll catch you in the next video.